of those who listen to the speech and follow the best of it. The motivation behind selecting the notable for tonight is actually linked to recent events. So his burial site was rediscovered recently in Damascus. The burial site of our notable has been neglected and actually obscured and made more of like a landfill in Damascus, under the previous oppressing, transgressing regime. But it was recently rediscovered. And not that it matters where he's buried, but that was just the motivation behind selecting this notable. The notable for tonight is Ibn Taymiyyah. Ahmad Taqiyuddin al-Munaqqab bi Taqiyuddin Ibn Taymiyyah. He is by far one of the most notable scholars in the Muslim world of all times. He is very, very well known. He was born in the bordering area between Turkey and Syria in the year 661 Hijri. And his family moved to Damascus when he was a kid. And he started studying, and he became, very well known for his excellent and superior memory and ability to, learn very quickly. And he became a teacher and giving fatwas when he was only 20 years old. So he was very young when he became a scholar, giving fatwas and teaching people. And he was known for his deep knowledge, but also for his relentless defending of Islam and Quran and Sunnah, no matter what it took. He had 3 weapons. His pen was a weapon where he wrote. He had his publications. He had over 500 publications, over 500. Books and letters and Q&As. This was a very, very productive man. And his tongue was another weapon, and his sword was also a weapon. He also fought with the sword. He did jihad with the sword. So, very, very unique person. And he's very well known for an incident, but before I mention that, he actually comes from a family of scholars. It is said that Taymeyyah is the name of his grandmother, who was a scholar. And his grandfather was a scholar, and his father was a scholar, and he was a scholar. So he came from a family of scholars, and his students are very well-known scholars. He has students like Ibn Kathir, and Imam al-Dhahabi, and Ibn al-Qayyim, and others. His students are also very well-known scholars. He is known for an incident with the leader of the Mughals. At his time, the Mughals had surrounded Damascus. And a few years earlier, they had entered into Islam. So most people in Damascus fled, except him and a few people around him. So he went to talk to the leader of the Mughals. And he gave him a very, very, very stern speech, very strong speech. So much so that the companion of Ibn Taymiyyah said, and this is narrated by Ibn Kathir, he said that he put his clothes together because he thought that the leader of the Mughals was going to chop the head of Ibn Taymiyyah. So he didn't want his blood to come to his clothes. That's how stern his speech was. But to his surprise, when he was done with his speech, the leader of the Mughals told him, "Make dua for me." He told him, "Make dua for me." So he made dua for him, and he said, well, it means that if you came here in the cause of Allah, then may Allah give you what you want, and may Allah give you victory. And if you came here for something else, then may you be defeated. So then he left, and there was a group of people that was with him. They said, we're not going to travel with him here because the leader of the Mughals, he's probably going to send his people and they're going to kill us all. So they traveled alone. They separated from him. But subhanAllah, nothing happened to Ibn Taymiyyah and the group that was with him. And the group that separated, they got robbed, and some things happened to them, subhanAllah. Ibn Taymiyyah was a very, very deep scholar. If he gave lectures in fiqh and jurisprudence, people would think that that is his specialty. If he gave a lecture about hadith, people would think that that is his specialty. If he gave a lecture about al-firaq, the sects, the different groups, people would think that that is his specialty. So much so that it was said that if Ibn Taymiyyah did not know of a hadith, that means that that hadith did not exist. Like that's how deep his knowledge was. He was a very knowledgeable person. But not only knowledgeable, he was also a mujahid. He's a person who really spent everything he had. His knowledge, his strength, his pen, his tongue, everything he had in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And during his time, there were a lot of bid'ah, there were a lot of innovations. So like there was a practice of going to the graves and doing some acts of shirk. So he fought that, and he fought a lot of other things, a lot of other innovations during his time. And he was very strong with his logic and bringing evidence from Quran and Sunnah. So when they couldn't overpower him with logic and with Quran and Sunnah, they resorted to putting him in jail. So they put him in jail, and he was jailed several times, and he passed away in jail while he was in jail. And he actually was giving his lectures in jail. People were coming to him in jail to learn from him. If someone asked him a question, he would write a letter, like between Dhuhr and Asr. And the letter would be so profound and so strong that you would think that it took him days or weeks to do that. So subhanAllah, there was barakah in his time. And he died when he was in his 60s. رحم الله إمامنا ابن تيمية ورضي الله عنه واسكنه فسيح جناته. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with our Imam, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy on him and admit him into paradise. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.